What's up everyone, Rino Lechica here, founder of Amula AI. Today I'm going to talk about the AI audit and explain a little bit how we do it in our agency for companies all over the world. We work with we work with founders, we work with startups, but we work as well with SMEs and other different styles of businesses, consultants, coaches. So it's very a broad niche. We don't really focus on the industry, we focus on the problem, we focus on the situation of a business. So in our case, a lot of businesses that work with us are in the situation of we don't know how to use AI, we want to know, or we are already using it or automations, but we don't know if it's the right fit. So yeah, what we saw in the past few months, about 6 or 7 months since we started offering this, why AI fails in most companies. They don't really talk about it too much. So the biggest issue with AI is not that it's not capable of doing something, but it's just used in a wrong type of manner. So they automate one task, they deploy a bot, they test something small, and for a few weeks it looks great, then reality hits. Not really something that's the process aren't standardized, data lives in a different place, like everything becomes a mess. So we don't want to bring this kind of standard into any kind of business, because the moment a business doesn't know where the data comes, doesn't know where the data is saved and stored, things become very messy and you can't really work on that foundation. So an audit is the perfect way of building out that foundation. And yeah, we have exactly 3 ways on how to do it, or let's say 3 steps. And the first one is the business assessment step. So you have the situation of a business right here. They want to use AI. But don't know how. And in this situation, a business should do one thing first, and this is an assessment. So they should assess the whole business from A to Z. So the first step, what we do is assessment. And this assessment can be very different for any type of business. So it can be, you have to go into the offices, you have to go and check out the workflow of every type of employee, like someone in the office that works for administrative stuff, like back office employees, or somebody at the front working in sales or marketing. You have to really check out their business workflows and see what is their day-to-day work. Or it can be something very different, where you don't have to really go and check out the whole industry or like the whole business, but you have to talk to the management, which is like for management for a company of 10 or 15 people, so very small business in this case. There you can just talk to the management and see with them. And that assessment, as I said, is very different on every type of business, so can vary in every situation. So in our case, we did assessment for 1-man companies, but we did assessments for 300-man companies. And at the end, it's always the same result, but the process looks always different. Meaning, as I said, you have to talk to different people, or you talk to one person and ask him the whole questions and get the same result at the end, which is a clear overview of their whole workflows and their whole business. When you have, and this is the result of the assessment. So result, clear view at business and workflows. Let's make this green, and this is the result out of it. Having this makes everything from now on way clearer and way more sophisticated, because you're not moving with an unclear vision. You're not moving with a how to speak or how to say it the best. You're not moving with thoughts. You're moving with facts. So when you move with facts, you always are able to go back to this assessment, say, okay, wait, you did that workflow that way. We found a solution for this where you can automate it, whatever. So given the fact that you did this whole assessment, your foundation is near to perfect. because from now on, everything you do and everything you will do in the future will be based on this and the thoughts or the things that you found out in that assessment. So after we did the assessment, which as I said is a very different situation or a very different process for every business you talk to, you map out the whole scenarios. So this is the let me read it, evaluation part, meaning, so we go down here, evaluate, it's written well, and when you evaluate, this is again an orange part because green means result, orange means a process that you have to do. Out of this evaluation, you will go out and see all the scenarios or evaluate all the scenarios that are possible for that business to implement AI in. Meaning, this can be an AI agent that talks in support. This can be a call agent. This can be whatever automation where you have to, when a ticket comes in, you have to spread it out, whatever. So all of these scenarios are going to play through. How you can do that is again a very different topic. How to do it? It can be, okay, you know all the workflows, you know the whole business, so you just make scenarios out of your head. You go in there, say, okay, they have a support team, so there comes a support ticket and everything else. So when you get that assessment, you get a clear overview, meaning you can how to do it. You can do scenarios written out in a Miro board or any doc. So now you have this is the result, can vary in every situation, meaning, and then the result out of this is again, let's make it green, a clear understanding of the priorities of the business. Because after you did all of these scenarios based on the assessment you did with the company, you are going to be able to say, well, or like you are going to be able to present this to the business as a type of priority list, saying, what do we want to focus on? And this step can either be happening after the evaluation or while you're in assessment. So if you're at the assessment and the company is very clear for their situation and they are very clear when it comes to where they want to go with AI, this evaluation step can be left out. Then you have to do this. You have to go to the next step directly, and I will make this pointed. Meaning, after you did the whole assessment and the business says, well, in the assessment we are seeing our clear vision and what we want to prioritize. Here's the priority list. They give you the priorities. They say like, well, we have a lot of problems in support, so let us automate support. For example, this is just an example, meaning you already have that. You don't really have to evaluate something and you don't have to do any list or something. But if the business says, well, we don't really know anything, we know our situation and we would just want to see the possibilities on what to do, well, then you can write out these scenarios and give them a whole presentation on, how to do that, how to implement it and where to implement it. Meaning you give them a clear vision or a clear step-by-step guide, not a step-by-step guide, but a clear overviewable place on where it makes sense for them or what they can do, like what is possible for them. Now the last step, and this is the most important step, is the audit. Yes, assessment and audit are nearly the same, but the difference is in our case that the assessment, or like the assessment is the process and the audit is after evaluating the whole priorities, and the audit is the whole plan. So this is what you give to them then at the end. At the end, you want to give them a whole presentation of, or like a whole doc where they see overviewable what their processes are now and what they're doing now and what is possible for them in their situation, for their tech stack, for their position on how many employees they have, the size of the business, everything, which for them is beautiful because they have a clear understanding now and they can just pick and choose. It's like if you go to the tailor and you tell him, I want this suit, and he says, well, your upper body is a little bit bigger, meaning you will have to take this suit. And then he gives you some reasons because why, well, it's going to be easier for us to cut it and everything else. So this is the same here. You're tailoring a solution for them that they have at the end, and they just have this clear vision. How this whole thing is, like let's connect these dots here again. So this is the step. This is not pointed, but this is a real step here. This audit will then be there. This is the plan and what you are offering. So at the end, they will have this whole plan, and for them, it's gonna be the most beautiful thing after that they saw in the last few months or years, because everybody and everywhere you go, you just see these people pushing like agents into the throats of businesses and building agents for everything and anything, and it's just not the way that you want to work, because if you start working that way, you are going to just be building things all the time. With this process, you always have a clear vision of everything you offer because you're always in the business, so you're working with them. So first step is the assessment. This is a process that is very varied, or like a variable. So it can be, as I said, one meeting where you guys sit down for an hour with the management and you just ask them questions based on the calls you had before, based on their business situation they talked before. And out of that is a result is a clear view of the business and workflows, so you can map them out. And after you map them out and you have a clear vision of their whole business, you can either evaluate and say, look, this is possible for you guys in this situation, or you already talked about it in the assessment. They say, oh yeah, this makes sense. You write everything down, so you have a clear. Then you can just build out a clear understanding of the priorities right away. And then after you have the priorities, you can build out the audit, meaning based on what they want and what they think is cool for them. And after you evaluating that, if it's really cool for them or good for them, you build out the audit. So this is what we are going to build for you based on what you guys want and based on your situation. This makes sense, bam, bam, bam. And at the end, you will have a perfect, picture perfect solution for them, which they can just pick and choose for the solution they want. And yeah, what is the business after? So meaning every audit has a different result, meaning you will have either to build a chat agent, either you have to build whatever. Maybe you even have to do something completely else where do you say, okay, you're not ready for AI or automations, anything, because your system is not even on the cloud, because your whatever is not even where, like your emails still are scraped out in the different inboxes, whatever. You have to have one place of truth, whatever. So at the end, this could be even not an AI project. This could be a IT project where you just have to implement a workspace or anything. So in our situation, a lot of times we just have to build their business operation system, meaning you guys thought that you're in a pretty good situation, but you're not, and we first have to bring you on a first level to then get on the next level. And this can be absolutely the result. So after this, the result of the audit will be the next steps. And as this, the same as it is in the first step, where it can be everything and you can do it anyhow, the same is going to be with an audit at the end, with the result of the audit. man, maybe you even have to implement an email or something. It's the same. So everything that happens with this audit is just very very different for every client. It's never the same. We did over 30 audits until now, and not even one was the same as the other one. But this is the beauty out of it, because every single one is tailored to that one. You don't have a suit that is the same. If you're a tailor, you always cut it differently. Every guy has to have a different haircut. So you as a barber have to cut it differently. You can't just do the same haircut on every single one. That's why I always say people that offer just standardized solutions, they are not going to win, because standardization doesn't work with AI. It doesn't work for the space we're in. Yes, something can be same. If you use Google Workspace, we can use some same connectors, whatever, but the result will always be different. And the whole build will be a little bit different at the other ones. So yeah, this is the beauty out of this assessment. And after the business, how it looks after everything, it's gonna make sense, you know. After the audit, the business has a clear vision, and you will have a clear roadmap, because everything you do from now on will be based on these results, will be based on these next steps. You have a clear conversation then. Look, this is the plan. Are you okay with it? Yeah, you build out the contract, sign it, and then you build it. And we had clients that told us, look guys, you build out this whole audit for us, you have the whole assessment for us, but we're not ready to build it. And I think we're gonna build it with someone else. So okay, cool, because this audit is paid, we're not doing this for free. This is the whole consulting mandate. So they have this plan, and they can go whatever they want. They can go with this plan, whatever they want to build it, let it build. Yes, we offer building too, but if they don't want to build it, we don't build it, So yeah, if we check all this, what is the conclusion out of this whole thing? Meaning that an AI audit, in a nutshell, is like the one way for companies that want to build in real workflows, that wants to build real automation that makes sense for them. So who is this for? This approach is not for everyone. It's for companies that have real workflows, real teams, real responsibility, and real risk. So this is not, if you guys are looking for a quick hack and a quick agent, whatever, this isn't it. If you want AI to actually reduce workload and scale operations, this is where it starts. This is the one place where it starts. So the AI audit in a nutshell, and in future videos, I'm going to break it down even more. Like what is the real pattern and how we talk to the people, how we talk to the companies, common failure points, and how companies move from chaos to clarity. This is something that we're going to do in the future. And yeah, and why it always works, and this is a very good question, because the approach is pretty simple. AI becomes part of the operation system, not a side experiment. It's not like, yeah, we're implementing whatever and then somebody's going to use it. But no, this is integrated, So most companies don't need more AI ideas. They need fewer, better decisions, They want to have a clear vision, because everybody's posting these posts on LinkedIn, YouTube, and you get every day you see something new, but that doesn't bring money. That doesn't scale businesses. That doesn't reduce time invested into repetitive work. It's just cool to see. Oh, a new logo pops up. We don't want that. We want to know which logo makes sense for us, So yeah, if you like this video, and if you like this type of videos where I just talk and show our business, leave a follow, leave a like, and yeah, I'm gonna look at that. I'm gonna be able to post every week. So yeah, give me some feedback on the video. Tell me how you guys liked it. And yes, man, this is the whole build up. If you want a more detailed approach on this, I have a whole breakdown written out in a doc of mine. So just comment whatever AI, and I just send it over to you. Thank you very much. I'm Renor, and I'll see you in the next one.